LGD did have to, reveal it in their first day. Team Secret had to reveal it in their first day, so that sort of gave everyone a clue of how strong this combination is. So definitely you will be on the lookout. I mean, against Team Secret, you have to ban out the Da Qiao just to stop the combination. LGD, they've got a much broader hero pool, so All Gamers Global will not have that easy of a ban phase to be able to pick off their strategy here from LGD.
Yep, I really like this initial bans, right? So we start off a little bit unorthodox. It's going to be the Ma Yin taken out. We've already seen both Xiang and Snow take Ma Yin to, godlike levels across the group stages as well. But following that, it's going to be the usual bans, right? The Arlie, the one lady that we hate to see on the opponent's side, along with the Lady Chen as well. So right now, it really is, okay, is it going to be a Da Qiao, right? Is it going to be a Mai? And it looks like Mai is the choice for them at this point.
Yeah, ladies, and I mean the highest pick rate, the highest win rate hero as well for the mid lane. LGD will pick up the Dalia to open things up, so that opens a couple of heroes for their to play with the Dalia as a combination as well. There is still the lane that we might see LGD pick up to play along with the Dalia. The Kaisers is still left in the pool. Lubu, a pretty forgotten hero in the current tournament, might make himself available for LGD if they're trying to go for some sort of combination with the Dalia. And of course, the Yang Yuhuan is also available if they want to play in the jungle for LGD. We've seen that time and time again. A very strong duo that can really pick up the pace and dominate the entire map. LGD has those options open for them. The lane has been taken away from them from the side of All Gamers Global, along with the Hey Noah, so they're going to have to play with something else.
Yep, actually interesting, right? So obviously this is a professional game, but in ranked games you'll see Haino probably getting banned out most of the time, but this time they will allow it through. But for good reason as well. They have very strong bursts on the side of LGD, right? I'm pointing at the Lady Sun as well as the Shangguan here. Both monsters at bursting people down, but this comes at the level 4 mark for Shangguan, and for Lady Sun, it's probably the itemization that matters more than the levels at this point.
Shangguan has had a terrible group stage score. I mean, only winning once out of the 6 games it's picked. And yesterday we've seen one of the teams pick her up twice as well, but to no avail. Now that hero is currently sitting at a 1-7 score, so only 1 win out of 8 picks so far. And it's not been performing so well. But LGD might be the ones to give her the second win in this tournament. So let's see if LGD is able to prove that it's all skill. It's all a skill issue, not a hero issue.
Yeah, I actually agree with you on that, right? Most of the time, I think if we take a look at the Shangguan performance by all of the different teams, they have pretty much been baited in by the opponent teams and forced to take unnecessary or unsavory fights, right? But LGD, known for that aggression, maybe this time that synergy between their aggressive playstyle and the aggressive finishing stroke by the Shangguan will be able to bring LGD that first game in this best of 5 series.
Yeah, I mean, the second ultimate that will be provided by the Dalia will allow Shangguan to get out of a dangerous situation as well. So definitely something that was missing a lot for the other Shangguan matches that were picked up. They usually they try to help her out with the Yaria, but Dalia is just so much better in keeping her alive. So LGD, they need something to jump to initiate for the Shangguan. And they are lacking that clash laner as well as the jungle. So something like the likes of an Ada, something like the likes of a Zilong and a Lubu jungle, or even a Guan Yu clash lane could be something that fits into their lineup over here.
Yeah, funny that you mentioned that Guan Yu has been banned out as well, and I think for good reason as well, right? Zai's actually picking up the Direnjie for the team as well, so they will block out the Luna and the Guan Yu. Both of these heroes have very easy backline access, especially this Luna, right? And more importantly, we take a look at the flip side. Now they're gonna go for a more tanky pick. It's gonna be the Mankey, and they're gonna complete their draft with the Charlotte as well. Funny that they banned out the Sun Bin along with the Zhang Fei, right? So Sun Bin obviously deals a lot of silence. It deals a lot of disruption to the side of LGD. And imagine if your Dolia ultimate is unable to be activated at the perfect time. It spoils the entire combination. That's why the Sun Bin is taken out. And Zhang Fei, for good reason, because Shangguan and Lady Sun, yes, they deal massive amounts of damage, but they need some time to do so. And Zhang Fei actually disrupts that game as well, and he's a very tanky boy. He's a beast.
He's literally a beast there. One of the most prominent generals during the Three Kingdoms era, and for absolute, like, the reasoning you provide is absolutely perfect. I mean, even the shields that he can provide to his entire team will stop the burst that LGD is trying to bring out with the Shangguan as well as the Charlotte. So very targeted bans here to enable their lineup. But LGD with that Mankey last pick, that's interesting. We've seen Mankey being picked time and time again to mix results. Sometimes that hero just looks amazing, but other times it just looks like another hero could have done exactly the same thing but performed even better.
Yeah, Mankey, I think, very team dependent as well, right? So it depends on how the team is going to perform, but we all know about LGD, so this is going to be a hot game right now. First game of the best of 5 series, LGD going up against All Gamers Global. Who's going to take the first game?
It's really hard to say at this point here, Kin. I mean, we've talked about how AG might be the first ones to be able to take at least a game away from the more favorite opponent. They've got a very good draft, in my opinion. So much team fight with the Lianpo, Elaine, and the Dun, and Duranji is always a fantastic mid-game marksman that can enable him. And like you said earlier, if you're playing ladder, the Hano is going to be banned 9 out of 10 times, and they let it through to be played in the mid here for the side of AG.
Yep, AG not the best start right now. The wave breaker actually pushing him a little bit more away. So Lift is not going to have the best time in the mid lane right now.
Yeah, Devil took a lot of damage there towards the mid. Lianpo can't really do much against the Lady Sun as well as the Dolia, just pushing out the wave. He does have great wave clear, but he needs to get a couple of more levels at the start just to be able to withstand that damage. So eventually he'll be doing okay, but it's interesting that they also put the Shangguan towards the bottom lane to play against the Duranji and the Lianpo. Usually you do see the mage towards the mid, but Zhihong will be more comfortable in the bottom lane.
Yeah, so we will jump right into that for a little bit, but first I want to talk about the Haino, right? Haino, his combo, common skill combo is actually his second skill. First skill, basic attack, going into the ulti reset, then use the second skill and first skill again. So Scepter of Fate, one of the most painful skills that Haino offers at this point. So we can expect Liv to have a very powerful mid to late game, but as it stands now, once again, we're experiencing the LGD pressure.
Yeah, three heroes in mid. They are looking to invade the jungle, stop any rotations towards the top and the bottom lane. But here, mid lane, they're looking for a fight. Dun dropping down very low already. Miosotis might be able to get out of there, but Mankey towards the back line will get the kill. But it will be Lady Sun picking it up. And we've talked about how Lady Sun is such a strong late game item-dependent marksman. But if you give her a hot start, she's going to get to that point even faster. And that will spell disaster for the side of AG.
Yep, at this point she's 4 already. Zai's of course going to match that tempo, but at this point, Zihong going to do a little bit better, right? We talked about that lane shift, and the reason is because this mid lane, Zihong will be able to clear the way faster than the Duranji, so it's going to help him out a lot more.
Yeah, freeing her time up to scout out the map, open up the map, give information. We did see Lady Sun as well as Zell trying to do the same to find out where the Dun is. They did spot him out getting the red buff, so they know the bottom lane is where it's most dangerous next. They are already rotated the Leah bottom. Zai is trying to go for the Zihong trying to go for the kill, and he will get the kill on towards Xing Lin. Like, the burst damage coming from the Shangguan is just so huge, but Dun might try and punish her. Zihong can't get out of there, knocked up there by Miosotis. One more hit and she will fall. Oh, the shield, the shields! Not enough though. Zihong will still fall, and they're gonna go for more. The Dun so strong in the early game. Mankey trying to stop it. The damage coming from the hit, not enough to finish up. One more hit, and he will get it popped out of there. Not enough. He's not gonna get out of there in time, and it's going to be a double kill for Musang King.
Alright, all the culminations of all the small efforts across the first 3 minutes of the game have shown. So they have reaped what they sow. LGD able to burst down the Haino in the mid as well. That's one of the scary things that you're going to experience on the side of All Gamers Global. When your Haino, who's supposed to be able to use the Fate Rewind to the best of his ability, gets bursted down early game.
Yeah, the damage from Mankey early game is nothing to be trifled with. And it's one of those heroes where you want to start off great. You want to get towards your depending on what sort of build he's going for, whether it's the Burning Flames or he's going for a more magic damage, far range caster sort of lineup to be able to provide damage for his team. First Tyrant will go towards the way of LGD, and they are going with their cookie cutter, fast tempo playstyle. They're really moving 4 heroes across the map very well. And All Gamers Global, they're not too far behind. They can stabilize from this point.
Yeah, but I think at this point, All Gamers Global, they have to be really careful because they're dancing on the knife's edge, right? If we take a look at the animation, the Lady Soon already going for the meter. Oh, here we go, the jump.
Yep, Zihong, I mean, with the Shangguan, we talked about how aggressive this second ultimate, gonna get off in time. Yes, he can! With the Dolia, giving that second win. Heino trying to punish her, will take the kill on towards Zihong, but still a great kill. But looks like LGD is not stopping the aggression there. They went forward towards the mid, on towards the Dun, and they will get a 3-for-1 trade across the map. That is great movement there for LGD. Not fighting on a single front, but this multi-prong approach really will start to stifle AG's tempo.
And this is the identity, right, of LGD, which is we take trades and we make it work for ourselves. Every single thing we will win out. Sure, we give a kill, but we're gonna take 2 more kills in return. And at this point, 7-3, it's starting to look like LGD will pull away.
Yeah, the top lane almost down, but looks like the Charlotte decided to clear off 1 jungle creep before going back up there, but it will fall very soon because All Gamers Global not putting any sort of importance on towards the top lane. It will fall towards the way of LGD, and they will get the first tower of the game for themselves. Bottom tier 1 tower is very low already as well. So let's see how will AG respond. They're trying to defend their Might Golem buff to just allow Dun to be a bit more aggressive, do a bit more damage, but they need something else out of it. They need to take a trade and into some objectives across the map.
Yep, it's not looking pretty. They will try.
Zihong gets a kill on towards Qinglin. Does he get the second ultimate off? Yes, he does. Stays alive. Double kill for Zihong. They do lose Xiang, but can they get something else? Can they get more? This Mankey is down to half health. They will lose Devil as well. 3 heroes down again for the side of All Gamers Global. You talked about this earlier. They can lose 1 hero, but you can be damn sure they'll be getting the second and third for themselves, and maybe a tower 2 as well. I mean, Zihong on this Shangguan, we've seen her perform, we've seen her fail, but this game looks like an absolute playground here for Zihong on that Shangguan.
Yeah, they're gonna break the trend for sure. At this point, the ult being dropped down by Tur as they complete the cleanup of all the tier 1s on the side of AG's map, and it seems now it's pretty blue coming out from the side of LGD.
Speaking of blue, they did manage to take away the blue golem buff away from the side of All Gamers Global as well. Zihong pops the ultimate, trying to go for more. Second one coming out, and the control is perfect there for Zihong. Not enough to finish off Qinglin though, but enough to scare him away. Oh, you want to take away this hero from his hands, man. Zihong looks absolutely scary on this Shangguan.
Yep, and if you take a look at the itemization now, Lady Soon is the one they need to keep their eyes on because he already has the Eternity Blade along the Meteor, probably going to the Crimson Reaper as well, which means Zeiss is not going to have a good game at all. He only has a Sparkbox Dagger, and when you're playing against a range that Lady Soon offers, there's nothing much here. Another attempt for a life coming in from LGD.
Yep, second ultimate from Zihong. He's gonna dive in deep. Nope, decides to back away. That was a bit too deep for his taste. But yeah, like you said earlier, JR, he is getting to that critical mass where there's really nothing that Zeiss can do on that Diren. The burst damage is way too much for the Diren to deal with.
Yep, I don't think they are tanky enough as well. The Myosotis actually just has the Giant's Grip. No, in fact, it's not even a Giant's Grip yet. It's just the unevolved version of it, the second tier of the jungling item. And at this point, 11-4, they have eyes on the Overlord.
Yeah, both jungle objectives are open. They're going to go for both at the same time. So they're going to reduce the Primal Bond's debuff effectiveness and allow them to play even faster. But here, while all of that's happening, 3 versus 3 fight on towards the bottom lane. Zihong will get a kill on towards Qinglin. That tank, Lian Po, looks like it's made of paper against the pen, the ink coming from the side of Zihong, and they're gonna go for the tier 3s in 8 minutes. Very aggressive play here. They know they have the numbers advantage, they know they have the farm advantage, and now they're gonna have the tier 3 going down on the bottom side for themselves as well. Oh, the damage from Lady Sun forces the lane to pop the ultimate. Can he survive? No, he cannot. JR picks up the kill, and the rest of the players from AG has to back off.
Yep, you know, if you take a look at the lineup, they are pretty squishy, but at this point, the damage is just insane. LGD, they deal so much damage across, and Zihong goes in again.
Little bit too aggressive there. He does fall, but he sets his team up for success here as Mankey was able to pick up a kill. Qinglin down to his last breath, but they will back off for now, LGD, and get the tier 3, the second tier 3 in very successive fashion. And it looks like they are going to still be on time to finish the game before 12 minutes here.
Yep, keeping the trend, right? You mentioned that it was what, 13 minutes, the longest game that LGD have experienced the group stages. Now we are in the knockout stages, and for game 1, it looks like it might be on track for LGD to complete that sequence as well.
Yeah, I mean, LGD looks like a team that never plays scared. Whether they're ahead, whether they're behind it, you know that they'll always be coming for you. And for a lot of newer teams that's not used to this tempo, not used to this pressure that the opponent can really bring, it can be really suppressive. And you know, AG, they had their jungle invaded time and time again. The Myosophis on the Dun could not really get anything done in the early stages of the game, and it is starting to fall apart here. I mean, 10,000 net worth difference in 10 minutes is not boding well here for the side of all gamers.
Yeah, if you take a look at the itemization, Zihong actually going for the Insatiable Tome with the Breakthrough Robe as well, and he should be going for a Void Staff, so you can expect that he's going to be able to burst down even the tankiest of members. I'm pointing at the Liempo, and look at this, tier 3 going to be starting on the top as well.
What tier 3? I mean, the tower is gonna go down. Zihong doing so much damage. Double kill onto his Devil, and the Ze will be able to pick up a kill onto his Myosotis. The tower will go down. It will be a full ace here from the side of LGD as they're going to go straight for the end. They know they've got it. They're gonna finish this before 11 minutes. And what a dominant performance from the Malaysian side.
Well, what can I say? I think for the Malaysian fans,